What's up, dog? As a YouTuber, you get a lot of comments. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, some of it's like, what are they even talking about? But I do my best to try to read every single one of them. I'm not as big as like Burnt Peanut or Asmongold or Hassan Piker or whatever have you. Whatever your drug of choice is of the YouTube algorithm. I'm not that big, so I don't have to look at 3 million things that's added at me. I could only see like maybe three things that gets added at me or notifications or whatever. And out of those three people, I got these guys. One of them says, "You just suck, dude," quoting me, saying, "I didn't see you doing much better there," and laughy face emoji. And that's fine. I could take that because when you watch me live, I die a lot. I do really cool plays, but I'm only human. I die a lot, all right? You always want to try to be the best. And to get there, you're gonna crack a few eggs. Mr. Eric Hula Zukak 123, weird name. We'll just call him Mr. Eric, okay? So Mr. Eric says, "Okay, I don't play Stella. Can we get a shredder tutorial?" Which in my head, I think that's kind of weird because Mr. Channel Bingus, you're a real guy, dog. Props to you, man. He says just play the game, and that's true. You just play the game. Games are challenges. They give you an obstacle, and you're trying to figure out how to go about it. And there's easy ways to figure that out, and there's also hard ways to figure that out. But it's just think of it as a puzzle. You have a piece. Where does the piece go? But some people are just so out there; they don't even know what the pieces are about. They don't see the big picture or the small picture or any picture at all. They just see a problem. They're like, I need an adult. I need some help. But you know what, Eric, this video is for you, dog. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit different. I'm just going to react to my play, do some little commentary, and this is going to be a really quick tutorial for anybody who's out there, especially for you, Eric. Shout outs to Eric. But yeah, this is going to be a quick tutorial. I'll just react to my own VOD from yesterday. I stream for about like 4 hours every day around 8 p.m. PT. You see here, I'm shift Wing straight to the lobby because anybody knows if you're in Stella Montes, lobby is where it's at, right? I don't see anything. I usually pick up those two items on the corner. I right here, when I go here, let's go back like 2 seconds. So anyway, so right here, I usually stop. I look here and see if the door is open. If the door is open, that means I know somebody spawned here and went straight there, or they extracted. And then I can either pursue them and chase them. But usually when I see the door close, I know that's usually safe. Everything that I do is going to be a risk. Let's just get that out of the way. It's just a calculated risk reward. Like, what is the most optimal way? And if I know it's optimal, I'm going to take it. If it's not optimal, I usually take the risk as, am I going to get a high reward out of this, right? Or is it a low reward? Maybe the high reward is just having a cool clip, right? Because I'm like, oh, dude, I did this 360 no scope. But anyways, I usually look at this little area back here. I notice it doesn't exist, so I move to the right. I go all the way down, and if you know anything about Stella, when you spawn there, you want to go straight to lobby. I find this is the most convenient way. I jump, I get on the little tether, the little zip, and then right here, as soon as I get up, I look at the floor below me. When I don't see anything there, I continue to the top. And now when I'm at the top, this is a danger area because you don't know this. This is an unknown, and this is an unknown. These are the two places where you could get shot at. However, I took the risk. I see I'm not getting shot at. I don't hear anything on the left. And right here, you see this smoke. And I know that's a shredder. A shredder is camping there. I wonder why. Usually shredders don't go there unless there's a player. So I see it, I hear it, and I'm like, oh, there's a cord. I'm pinging it for my team. I'm like, dude, they're there because there's the shredder. The shredder gives me information that there's going to be a team in front of that shredder. So I move forward, and before I move, you don't want to make any sound in this game. You want to try your best to not make sound. So I knock that out. So when I go through it, the shredder doesn't get aggro to me. Right now, the shredder's focused on the other team. So then I'm like, okay, now that I know it's locked, I see it in the little corner. My friends are there. They're coming back up. And I wait for a bit to get an audio clue. I have this muted so I could talk over it. But, I'm trying to hear, that when the shredder goes or whatever it does, when I hear that it's safe, I go. And you know what? I come up, I see it. But you know what? It's facing this way. It's aggro to these people. They closed the door. So it's safe for me to run right past it. everything that you do, the arc has like a 5 to 10 second chance to just switch gears and adapt and then target you. I know it's not going to get targeted. I turn the corner. I'm really right next to that shredder. I'm like within feet of that shredder, right? And you think, oh, he's going to get got by the shredder. It's going to chase him. Turn around, no shredder, no shredder. So I'm like, okay, I'll open the door, get my gun out. Okay, now I know they're not in there. I see the smoke, so the shredder's behind the wall. I'm going to open this door, and I see a visual cue. I see these people now. Now I'm trying to debate: should I shoot or should I let my team know? Because my team, uh, they're not that smart. They're trying to like, ooh, the shredder, it's so scary. So they're just focused on the shredder. You have to have situational awareness. Even though if there's like ARC or AI in front of you, they're not the threat. Players are the threat. You got to know where the players are at. So, anyways, I see them there. I'm like, oh, they see me. I throw some shots. I mean, the Stitcher from long range, it's not accurate, but I'm throwing I'm throwing pressure on them because in their head they don't know there's people behind me or not. There's not, but in their viewpoint, they see me shooting. They're like, "Oh shit, players!" Now, do they go back to where they came from with the shredder? Probably not. They're probably going to go to TSA or they're going to push me. So I'm giving them, I'm throwing pressure on them to make decisions that might cost them the game. So then I close the door, I reload, I go back to my team, and I'm like, I'm communicating. I'm like, dog, there's people here, whatever. And I realize they did not push, so they're scared. And now they're going to go to TSA or they're going to circle all the way in the back. We're going to fast forward. I tell them, hey, there's a team there. I'm trying to tell them like, if I open this door, you open your door. So I opened my door. I took the risk to get in there because I don't know where they're at. They're either in TSA or they're with me. So I took the risk. I opened the door. Nobody was there. I'm pushing. Now I'm hunting for them. I'm trying to figure out where they're at. So I notice nothing here. I don't see anything or in the TSA area. So I'm like, did they go back with the shredder? Because then at this whole time, I'm also listening to the shredder's actions. Usually, when it shoots a shotgun or makes weird noises. So I'm like, okay, I hear the noises. I hear the shredder. Let's go in. So I open the door. And what do you know? I found them. So what they did is my teammate had the shredder aggro to them, and these guys were behind the boxes. Now I'm unloading fire. I shoot this guy first, and then I'm like, this guy's a threat, so let me do some more here. But then I realized that guy was just AFK. So I'm like, okay, let me just melee the guy that's AFK. That's easy kill. I'm going back and forth. Shotgun guy gets me. Backspace roached out, but now he's pushing forward. And then he's going to seal the deal. Yep. Got him there. Boom. And that's team one. Team one, one guy went AFK. I guess the shredder scared him that he had to go take a shit because his pants are soiled. But it was a little bit rough, but a lot of these games are going to be rough. There's going to be arc everywhere. It's going to be gunfire. It's going to be nades. You just have to do the best of what you need to do in the time that is given. So anyway, so Backspace comes and reses me. He picks me up. We're going to fast forward about 30 seconds forward. All right, now I'm healed. I got my reload. I knocked this guy out, tried to loot his body. We'll fast forward again. So fast forward. Now that we're fast forward, we're at the TSA area. I'm talking to my teammates about, that was a cool match or, that's a cool fight, whatever. Ice Spice is, looting. Backspace is doing whatever. I said, we got to leave because there's another team. The other teammate verified, said, dude, we got to do something. There's another team. I try to go for the flank, but they breached it, or not breached it. They put a blocker on it, and I have to breach it. So I'm coming around, and this is a very scary area in Stella. TSA, there's only two places to go, left or right, and somebody could just hide that corner, and while you run in, they're going to shoot you. So there's literally no cover. So it's a huge risk to get across. So we're just like playing the games of like, let me shoot. As you notice, Backspace is dead. So I'm trying to give him cover fire to give a distraction, make it sound scary. Because when you have a Bobcat or a Stitcher, like I have a Stitcher. I'm sorry. I had a Bobcat that I looted from the guy. I want to make it sound scary, like I'm geared. I'm not geared. I'm just freeloaded that, got loot from that one guy. Now the shredder's coming, and the shredder is these guys. They weren't using their situational awareness. They weren't hearing the audio cues. They stayed in the corner for way too long. when the shredder's still active, you just got to be aware of that. If you're not aware, this is a situation that you do not want to be in. Luckily, Backspace took no damage. He got so goddamn lucky. And so now the shredder's on him. So now I'm not worried about that. I'm still worried about the players. The players are the threat at all times. So he put one of those little decoy nades. Backspace is trying to move around the shredder. I'm going backwards to just check our flanks, just make sure nobody comes in. There's a mine there. I'm shooting the mine. Let's fast forward. Okay, let's go back about 20 seconds. Okay, so now Backspace tells me there's another team in the back. So I open the door to see what I see, and I see nothing. I go forward. Backspace is telling me that the Raiders over here. So the new team probably came up from Sea Vault. Usually, when you kill a team in Stella in a high PvP, you have to have an internal clock. Every 10 to 20 seconds, a new team's going to pop out, dude. That's just how it is. You kill a team, you wait about 30 seconds of like gooping, and a new team's going to spawn. You just have to be aware. You always have to move. You always have to know your, again, the theme of the tutorial is situation awareness. You have to think, okay? You can't just turn your brain off, shift W, click, and then hope to God you get the kill. No, you have to think and plan. Anyways, back to the match. So there's a raider there, and Backspace is telling me, dog, there's a new team. So I need to save him and fight at the same time. So I come over, I shoot the first guy I see, I knocked him down. The other guys in the back are next to that little Zamboni. I know I'm cooked, so I try to, get out, but at least I knocked a person down. If you are surrounded by a lot of people, the best thing you do is take one person down, because that means there's one less person to worry about, so your team could adapt. So back to this, I'm down. I just shot that doctor guy. Ice Spice is trying to fight. He's doing his best. We all got knocked. And when you're downed, get on the door. Get on the door and die there. Because if you die there, the doors cannot be closed. And so what I do instinctively is know that the shredder is around there doing his loops, trying to find people. I'm going to be at the door because now they can't close the shredder. The shredder has a way to get out, which means they'll hunt them. Even though I lost a round after fighting two different teams and, a potential third that was coming from Seed Vault, I'm still a threat because the shredder's there. And a lot of people do not know how to deal with the shredder. So anyways, that's how it is. One way, again, pro tip, if there's no dead bodies at doors and you find the shredder early on, go in that little room, close all the doors, and make the robot get in there, and then you're fine. You don't have to deal with that guy anymore. And also provides a little defense, because if someone opens the door, they'll see the shredder, and now they got a threat to deal with, and you just, adapt and flank them on the left or the right. All right, so one thing. So this is another part of the same night as I was streaming yesterday, and I was with two new people, and they were having issues with the shredder, and we are trying to extract at Seed Vault. Big Zaw got knocked down by the shredder, and now it's just Mr. Lit and me. So he's trying to, figure this out. Shredder's getting hit. I think he's like fighting it for some reason. I went to Big Zaw to resurrect him. He's coming. He's bringing the shredder over here. So we're just saying, like, don't do that, dog. But as you see, Lit, he could have came up to us and screwed us over. Instead, he knew the shredder was aggroed on him. So he went back here, forcing the robot to try to flank him, leaving us with no pressure at all. So we got up. The shredder comes around the corner. I crouch so I don't get hit, because you can still get hit if your head's popped out. He goes back here for cover. This thing pops. He comes back and he shoots at the little fire thrusters. Let's call them thrusters. He shoots at the thrusters. An easy way to take it out is hitting all three thrusters and hitting the bottom. If you hit the bottom, it's going to die super fast. If you hit the top, you're going to waste ammo, you're going to waste your time, and you're going to have more chances to just fumble and just die to the shredder. So he's going straight for the thrusters. Now it's on fire. Before it was not on fire. Now it is on fire because he got one of the thrusters out. And so now it's going to hit it. I'm trying to see the back. He goes behind the little Zamboni. I come and I melee it because I know that at least two thrusters are gone and it's on fire, which means it's very close to death. He's going to start shooting. I'm going to start meleeing, and the other guy I picked up, boom, it's done. A few melee hits with bullets from one of your friends will take this down quick. Let's watch that again. So we'll go back 10 seconds. We'll go back 20 seconds. So yeah, back again. No fire. Lit shoots one of the thrusters off. I think 2 thrusters. Good man. It's on fire. I wait for it to shoot. I get out of cover. I start meleeing it. And then my teammates just shoot it. And it's over. And now we're able to extract free from any pressure from the shredder. So again, it's very easy to deal with these shredders. The difficult part is how do you deal with shredders and like 5 teams at once? And that's when you have to just be calm, know that you're in a shit show. Let's be honest, it's going to be a shit. It's going to be bad. It's going to be a bad shit show, Doug. But if you think about it, know that you're in a shit show, get a plan and do it calmly, you'll be out. All right, so in this round, I'm with Judge Dredd and Garcia. There's multiple shredders on the floor. There's a team down there, and there's a team over here. Garcia's fighting. He died. I know that there's a player there. I shoot him in the head, and I think I killed him because he. One other pro tip: if you ever get damage on you, use bandages. I call them toilet paper, but because it looks like toilet paper, but bandages. Any type of healing for your health. Shields mitigate the damage, but your health is how you get down. Always do health first. That guy I shot, you saw the little spark of like it deflected, and it was I'm using an Osprey, so whatever shield he had, it was definitely a medium or a heavy shield because it tanked a lot. But then he died because he didn't have any health. So health first always. So anyways, I shot him, and so now I'm trying to see the other teammates he has. Seems like he was by himself. I'm going to try to get Garcia. And then Garcia says, watch out. It's our boy, the Shredder. So what do I do here? I know I'm kind of screwed because if I go to Garcia, Garcia's already half life and the Shredder will make him close to death. I want to save Garcia as much as I can. So I wait for it to see me. I know it sees me. I try to shoot the thrusters off. I shot one off. I move forward and then I get behind things. And right there, like, even though it's scary that even though that's scary that the shredder's coming after me, I had no fear. I ran past it because the shredder has to come out. Then it's got to open like its flaps. The shotgun shells just start going everywhere. The shotgun blast, and you have enough time to run behind cover. So I'm behind cover. I'm looking for the other thruster. I aim for that second thruster. I missed. Oh my God, I'm getting scared. It's over there. I wait behind the pillar. I let it rock. And then I notice the team downstairs on the lobby came up the tether and I saw a silhouette. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, do I finish the shredder? Do I pick up Garcia? Or do I rush? I think we know what I did. So I decided Shredder comes around. I use the back to get over. I start to shoot him in the dick. I killed that guy. So I used the Shredder as distraction. In his perspective, the guy that I just knocked out, he's thinking, oh, this guy's screwed because the Shredder's there. I'm not scared of the Shredder. I able to run past it, slide, get enough time to behind a pillar in the Zamboni, and I was able to knock the opponent. The opponent's down. I'm worried about the other team. I said, we got to get this guy out. Shredder's coming back. I know it's still a threat. I go in the corner. I let the shells rock. I close the door, but he's like preventing me, the enemy, and I'm trying to res my guy up, and I'm like, come on, Garcia. I took this risk. I know the Shredder's about to kill me. I took the risk because I wanted to make sure he's up. When you res a guy at close death, he was going to die. I took the high risk to try to like reset that timer because we wiped the whole team out and Judge Dredd could get us. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So I said, you know what? I'm sorry. I made a bad mistake. And it happens. Sometimes you just make bad mistakes. And I thought, in all defense, I thought Judge Dredd was going to shoot the Shredder. I never communicated that to him. Instead, he roached out and went downstairs. So, sucks to be me, right? But anyways, I got down. So I instinctively went to the door. The other teammates are coming in. And we just kind of just ended there. So unfortunately, this is a great example of what to do with a shredder and what not to do. If you are going to make a crazy move like that, you just own it. I think I made really good plays during that round. That last part, I gambled too much, but I said, you know what, fuck it. Next time that happens, I'll just finish the job. I'll just destroy the shredder. Even though it looked like he was about to die, if I killed it quicker, I was able to pick him up with no threat, which is the best thing. So lesson learned, right? So in this round, we're looting, we're shooting, and we're doing our best. And I noticed that there's this dude right here, and it's like a little pixel, but it silhouettes out, and I know that silhouette's supposed to be a straight line, so I'm just shooting him. I think he went behind a corner, said, "I guess I live here. I'm going to camp." So he went to go get a bite to eat, but don't be AFK in Stella, dog. You do that in damn battlegrounds, but not in Stella Montes. So I knocked him out, and I'm trying to see where his friends are at. I see someone hit the extract button, so I guess his friends hit the extract button. There are some shredders down there, but I said, you know what? I'm going to go and try and knock him down. It's a little dangerous because shredders are active, but I jump down. I see it on the right. I'm kind of safe. I know the drones are all at me right now. And usually when the drones aggroed on you, the shredder will get aggroed on you. So I'm double checking in the back because sometimes if he's dead, his other teammates might be back there. I cleared it. There's no other teammates. I move forward, and what do you know? This is fear. This is fear, dude, because now I have to worry about this guy shocking me and this guy killing me. Well, what I do is I go back, I let it rock. After the blast, I have an internal clock about like 10 to 15 seconds to do something to get me out of the situation before it does it again. So I see it. I'm like, I'm going to run past it real quick. I know it's getting hit behind me and clear. Most of the arc in this game, you can just run past. You can just run past it. They're not scary. So I go down the another arc is on me with the chain gun, and I go downstairs. I think there's like a team down here that we're fighting. Smoke came hard's, you know, dead in there, and I know there's a team. So I go around. I see two. I shoot one. I go for the melee. I kill two. So I already know they were hurt. Let's go and check that back again. So right here, the arc's hitting me. I have barely any shield, but I have a lot of life. I know that we're trying to extract, and the button's already called. There is a team inside the train. Came hard is coming hard, and he dies. So now I'm out of stamina. I can't do anything crazy, so I have to just engage directly with the Stitcher. And luckily, I do have the Stitcher. I see him right there, right below the little, like, it looks like an arcade machine, but it's the button. I see his legs, so I go forward and I shoot the first one I see because I know they're weak. I know that my team member fought them, and I know his shots landed. I don't want to take that for granted. He did the work to soften him up. I got to seal the deal. If I don't seal the deal, we're all going to die. So then I start shooting. I ran out of bullets, and at this point, for a close quarter combat, anytime that you're out of bullets and you don't have a secondary gun, get your hammer, dog. It's hammer time. Just swing, dog. So I come in and I swing at one, I swing at two, and even though that guy had a shotgun, I dodged the first one. I went left, and on the right, I knew I was going to get shot, but I need one more hit, and that was the one hit that got it. So now everybody's dead. It's just me, this one rando guy from another team, and Phantom Boy just roached out, dog. So like we all left. I said GG's. We're all having a fun time. You can see me laughing because it was just funny. It was a good fight. And then this guy, he just fucking roached out. So good luck to him. But I got out. But yeah, most of the time you have to have a plan. Step one, have a plan. Step two, be calm about it. Step three, situation awareness. The theme of this video is situation awareness. You must have it to succeed in Stella. Arc are not that scary. You can outrun them. You could trap them. You can even use it to your own advantage. The biggest takeaway is use your environment. You could close doors, you could jump on higher obstacles like boxes, zambonis, whatever the case, crates. Have situation awareness, know where players are at, and know where arc are at. Don't get blindsided by a random arc from somewhere that you never checked. Don't be scared of them. You could outrun them. You could also kill them. You could also just like destroy them, but you could also outrun them. Always have one of those like running drugs where you stab yourself and you get a lot of stamina. Even if you don't have stamina, as long as you have a full bar, you can just outrun them, dude. I saw your comment, Eric, and I saw the other comments saying whatever bullshit. Yeah, I do suck, but at the same time, I think I know what I'm doing, dog. I win, I lose, I laugh, I cry, but we're always trying to get better. And I can tell you this, probably a lot better than you. Hell yeah. I'll see you later, guys.